What is up, gamers? My throat's feeling a bit mucus, but I think I'll be fine. How's it going? Today, I'm back showing you another set. You'll notice it's not a Switch X set. Finally. I do want to change the color on my armor because this doesn't fit the set. Change that to Gastulos green. That's better. It fits the weapon because, you know, the weapon's got that green orb, the Chameleon sign, whatever. But how's it going? This set is an Glaive set. Specifically, it is a foray set. Yeah, you know that set bonus? I say set bonus. You know those skills that are on the Espiness armor? Yeah, that's the set. We've got foray 3. If you don't know what foray does, it increases your attack power and your affinity when a large monster is affected by poison, paralysis, or an elemental blight. So, poison, paralysis, you know what those are, but elemental blights, fire blight, ice blight, water blight, those can be applied through endemic life, palicos, depending on palico skills, and that's about it. Also using monster riding to hit the monster, but that doesn't really happen that often, or you can only use it like once or twice a hunt, and you're not always going to want to ride a monster anyway. But this set is for foray. Now you'll notice that I've got Chameleon's Blessing level 3. It's to help foray because level 3 extends the duration of poison effect on monsters. You don't need 4 because 4 is specifically for countering Kushala, but I mean, if you want to use a set against Kushala and wind pressure bothers you, you can go ahead and put the 4 piece on there. I don't know what piece you would take off, but you could. This is the talisman I am running. The reload speed, it was just there. I think this is a fairly common talisman. Maybe not the 3 slot on it, but I've gotten a lot of talismans with any amount of foray on them. So I've got like multiple with level 1 foray, multiple with level 2 foray, and some with level 3 foray. So if you're rolling for talismans a lot, you probably have this, but if you don't, then this set is kind of inaccessible to you because the only piece of foray gear that I get is the Espiness chest guard, and that is because it's got 1 part breaker's nice, and then it's got a 4 slot so I can slot in a comfy skill like a Vade Extender, which is really nice for Glaive because it makes your air dash go far. Whoosh. It's very nice. But let's go over all the pieces. So, first piece, we've got the Chameleon's Glaive. Reason why I chose this one is because it's got some really good slots. It's got two slots and then one slots for what I'm using it for is speed sharpening, because I've been using speed sharpening a lot in my sets because it's so nice only having to do 1 shing and then your weapon's good. But also it has one of the highest, if not the highest, poison value out of all the insect glaives. I could be wrong, but I don't remember, so, you know. It's also got a good amount of pink sharpness, which is nice. I do not believe sharpness affects status application, but if it does, then pink sharpness is pretty good for it. But that's mostly there for the damage, and also so I don't bounce off. Next piece, we got the Astalos Helm. The Astalos Helm is just a good piece overall because of the amount of slots it has and the fact that it gives a single chain crit and almost fills out stun resistance. So think about it. Put on the Astalos helm. The Astalos helm alone can give you stun resistance 3 if you want to put the 1 slot of stun resistance in there. I don't know which piece actually has my stun resistance, but I'm pretty sure I have stun resistance 3. Do I not have stun resistance 3? I don't have stun resistance. I wanted speed sharpening. So that makes sense. That makes sense. But if you want stun resistance 3, it's easy. This could be replaced with something else because the Astalos helm is the comfiest part of the set, I'd say. So if you want to replace it with like the Kaiser helm or something for more crit, you could definitely do that. But I like the Astalos helm. It's very nice, so I use it. Next, we've got Espinous Muscle, the chest piece. Already went over this one. It's got the 1 level of foray that we need to complete foray 3. Part breaker's nice, and it's got a 4 slot. I really need to upgrade this though. Next, 2 pieces. You've got the Chameleon's gloves, which gives a generous poison attack 2 and evade window 2, so you can dodge. And poison attack is good for the focus of the build because that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to apply poison so we can activate foray so we get more damage. And then the pants, this gives us Chameleon's Blessing 2, so it gets us up to Chameleon's Blessing 3 for that added poison duration. Peak performance is kind of useless, for me at least, because I get hit. It gets us to poison attack 3, so that's filled out. And we'll talk about blade skill honed later. Last piece we got is the Archfiend Waste. This is the final boss waste. It doesn't have any final boss skills like Dereliction, but it's got weakness exploit and chain crit 2. So chain crit gets filled out and weakness exploit because you can slot in 3 weakness exploit with the weapon, as well as throughout the rest of the gear if you want to. Now, that's all the pieces of gear. Let's talk about my decorations. All those green numbers, I slotted those in with decos. Weakness exploit, fairly obvious to explain. Stamina surge is very nice for insect glaive. I would have preferred constitution, but I have not been able to get the materials to make the constitution decoration, so I don't have it. But stamina surge is still pretty nice because if you didn't know, you do regenerate some stamina in the air. It's not a lot, and I think the effect of stamina surge is slightly diminished while you're in the air, but you do regenerate stamina while you're in the air, so it's pretty nice. Constitution is better if you're trying to just keep going, but stamina surge has its uses. Next, blade scale hone and evade window. Blade scale hone is a funny skill, and it's a pretty good skill if you can use it correctly. So when you dodge roll and evade an attack, not dodge roll out of the way, then the attack lands where you were, but like when the attack is coming at you, right? It almost hits you, but then you dodge, kind of like a counter, but like a lot harder to land than a counter because you gotta dodge at a precise time. And I say it's difficult to use. It's slightly generous. I would say that some weapons can't use it that well, like the slow weapons. Stuff like heavy bowgun, maybe the lances, but they've got that back hop, so I think they'd be fine. But they've got counters anyway, so why are they dodging? And then this skill is the reason why we have evade window. Now I slotted in the entirety of blade scale hone because I did not feel the need to slot in crit I3, because I mean This gives us 20, and then weakness expo gives us 50. That takes us up to 70. Why slot in some critical eye? So you could slot in crit eye instead of blade scale hone, as well as some other 2 slots for blade scale hone, like talisman. The talisman's got a 3 slot. I've got stamina surge in there. You could totally get crit eye 4, but I didn't want to. So evade window is for helping with blade scale hone. It is also very nice for dodging roars. You can dodge most roars without evade window, but the time is very tight, so getting evade window just helps with that. And dodge a roar with your weapon equipped, blade scale hone level 3, you recover some sharpness. Now I don't know how much sharpness it recovers. I don't know, I haven't really paid attention, but I assume it's a decent amount. It also activates 100% of the time. If you're a gambling man, take level 1 blade scale hone. If you're a gambling man, that's funny. Evade extender is always nice. Stun resistance, talked about that. Part breaker 2, nice. And speed sharpening for whenever I can't dodge stuff with blade scale hone. Got speed sharpening level 2. Performance is there. Power prolonger. This is slotted in because I didn't really have anything else to slot in to the gloves. Like I said, I could have just put a crit eye in there because it is at a 2 slot, but power prolonger, it helps with insect glaive because it lets you retain your extracts longer. I really need to learn how to frickin' play insect glaive again. It's been too long since I've played insect glaive. But yeah. Hey, keep your insects longer. It's pretty nice. I don't know why my hands are glowing. I am confused. What effect could that possibly be? That's not foray, is it? The thing's not affected with a... What is that? What did you guys do? What did the cats do? The cats did something. I can't... Whatever. Maybe that effect is just from red extract. You know what? We can check that actually. I think it was from red extract. It wasn't from red extract. What the fuck was it? Whatever. Whatever. Moving on to the Kinsect. Where can I check the Kinsect? I feel like I should be able to check the Kinsect. I cannot check the Kinsect. Oh, there it is. So, the Kinsect we have, it's got powder. It's a powder type Kinsect. It's got heal powder and paralysis powder. Now, heal powder, personally, I don't really notice it unless I'm specifically going for it. Otherwise, it's just kind of there. But the paralysis powder, that is also for foray. So you've got access to poison and you've got access to paralysis. If I were better with insect glaive, I would be able to actually use my Kinsect more to apply paralysis. But like I said, need to get better with insect glaive. And it also has powder vortex. I don't know what that means, because I haven't really messed with the new those new switch skills. Is the powder vortex is a switch skill, right? Right? I could be wrong. How do I use the Kinsect bonus? Hold on, let me get white. My red ran out. Oops, I did not need to change. Okay, so awaken Consect. Get some powder. And then do I do this? No. Do I do that? No. So that's how I fire. How do I... Oh, I can... Okay, how do I fucking do the powder vortex? I don't know how to do the powder vortex, guys. Oh, I just pumped all this stuff. I'll find out how to do powder vortex later. But, that's the build. You could probably use a different Consect, although I don't remember if there is another Paralysis Consect. But if there is, you could certainly use that one. Or you could go for another Poison Consect for more poison. That might be good. Yeah, that's the set. I don't think there's anything else I need to go over. Ignore the reload speed. And yeah. If you use this build, comment down below. Be like, hey, thanks for the build. It's funny. If you don't like the build, comment saying why you don't like the build. Maybe like, why didn't you put crit eye in there? Even though I explained why I didn't put crit eye in there, but you'd probably skip past that part, so you're asking why crit eye is in there. But you know how it is. I know how it is, at least. If you don't know how it is, then learn how it is. I hate ending videos. Like, subscribe, comment. Well, peace out, gamers.